Hi, gorgeous mama. I'm Kathleen, your mom friend, right beside you on this messy, beautiful, and sometimes exhausting journey of motherhood. I don't have it all figured out, but let's play, ground, and grow together. Hi, mama, and welcome to the space for conscious, soul-led motherhood. Today, I'm sharing with you why we don't have a TV and what it's taught me about connection and presence. If you ever felt overwhelmed by the noise and the distractions, or you just long for more meaningful family moments, this will resonate. And I recorded this episode because we just had new friends over. Let's say new friends, people we just got to know. We invited them over and they came and they looked in our living room and then they were like, there's no TV. And they were completely shocked that we didn't have a TV. So, and then of course, it started a whole conversation. And today I'll let you in on the conversation. So just me and you and a cup of tea, so to say. I want to start with a personal story. Long before we even have kids, I was in university and I shared this cute little flat with my flatmates. And it was kind of full of books and chats, and we would sit there together in the evenings and talk. And eventually, I got a TV as a present. It kind of changed everything. And I just switched it on all the time. And yes, we were sometimes watching together, but more and more often, kind of all of us, when we moved in together, none of us had a TV. And then all of us started to have a TV. And the connection, the chats were gone. And I just noticed, like, what did I used to do when I didn't have the TV? And I felt like, I think I actually had a better time than I have now where the TV is on. And I kind of just felt that life without a TV meant more connection, and TV was taking some of that away. It was just so easy to switch it on and disappear into this world. And I think also, a study shows and research shows that the screen can pull family apart. So if you have noticed this in your family, you're definitely not alone. We actually have the research to back it up. And me and my husband, we met an Ireland and then we moved from one place to the other. And eventually we moved to Norway. And I think we both knew that this is going to be a more permanent place for us to live. So we were intentionally at that time choosing no TV. And don't get me wrong, we're not anti-tech. Actually, my husband works in IT. Uh, and I'm right now recording this on a screen. I'm working on a screen. It actually gives us a lot of freedom, but the importance is to choose intentional. So, and we choose intentional living over mindless consumption. And just on a side note of my husband working in IT, of course, um, he sees a lot about cybersecurity, and it's sometimes quite shocking to hear what he tells me for stories. So I think there's so much happening right now that we just need to be aware and always ask questions in general, as the world is changing so quickly and so fast, and we actually don't know. We're kind of, I feel like we're this in this experiment. So it's good to ask some questions, and we choose to live intentionally. And like I said, we're not anti-tech, so screens aren't our enemy, but the mindless background noise of it is. Like this, when I read these stories, I'm like, really? Like, people have the screen on while they eat dinner? It's like this moment of family connection. Also, I notice at least my children, and I'm almost quite sure yours too, mine asking most of the time for screen if they can allow to play or watch something when they're either bored or they're overwhelmed and tired. Like they had a long time, then they just want to switch off. And that's quite normal, I think, that they asked about this. But I think this is the moment to say there is another way, because in these moments, it's most important to say, stop, let's check in. Because what's happening here? Sometimes we need that break. Putting a screen on doesn't give our brain a break. We're bored, Boredom is the birthplace of creativity. Let them sit in that discomfort of, I don't know what to do. Without the screens, magic can actually happen, play, imagination, conversations. And if you can sit through this uncomfortable space, at least that's my experience with my kids, within 5 minutes, they can be completely entangled into play again. But yeah, it's a little bit uncomfortable for a short time of periods. So if you're anything like me, I want to protect my kids and their beautiful growing brains. And just as a side note, our brains are only fully grown by the age of 25. That's late. So until then, I want to create this calm space where they really learn, yeah, to sit in their discomfort pretty much and easily said, because I do think it's going to be so valuable for them also when they grow up. And this is all I want to do. I actually just kind of, what is a small shift that you can do around screens that could bring more calm and connection to your family? What if music, nature, or just silence replace the background noise to nourish the whole family? And I just want to invite this, that you decide what technology or what tech looks like in your home. What is nourishing and what numbs? Uh, I have seen, after we moved here, we kind of made a friends with a family, and they saw we didn't have a TV. They moved the TV out and said their life completely changed and transformed. But to take a TV out that is now so common in everyone's home felt daring. It felt strange. It felt weird, and the change can be uncomfortable. I'm not even going to pretend. And like I said, there is no shame here. It's just a choice, and we're not anti-tech. Like, we have beautiful movie nights. We live in Norway. The winters are dark and cold, and even the summers can be so wet. I don't think we have had any temperatures over like 14, 15 degrees Celsius yet. So of course we're doing movie nights. Actually, I loved having a bowl of popcorn that we make ourselves, and maybe we come up with a fancy drink or some other snacks, and then choose a movie and as a family intentionally watch. And yes, my kids are playing. They know what Minecraft is, at least the older ones. But I'm very intentional. My every child under the age of 3 is not allowed to sit in front of its screen. So it's all about the intention. It's your choice. There is no shame. There is no right and wrong. Actually, we don't know how what gonna turn out how, but it's like what feels good for you. Would you like to be more quiet? And talking about these friends who actually removed the TV because we started talking, and she said they had the intention of switching the screen off, for example, for dinners. Or she said, actually, the aim was to have the screen off most of the time and just put this TV on, for family movies or here and there, like an hour a day or something. But she says, and they have 3 kids, and she said, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It was actually so much easier just to remove the whole thing and now bring intentionally a screen in when they want to. And that doesn't mean, like I said, we don't have a TV. Doesn't mean we have an iPad, but my kids have to share example for an iPad. So they have to still learn to kind of negotiate with each other who is allowed to do what, and when they watch something, to find something that works for all of them, at least the older ones. So that's our choice. And again, there is no right and wrong. There's no choice, no shame. I'm so sorry. So I invite you to check in with you. What is important for you? What would you like to see? What intentional step can you take? Then small shifts can rewrite your whole family story one day at a time. And that's something our kids will remember. And if you feel life is just too busy right now to even think about what changes you could do, and then not even go down how to do them, I really invite you in to reset your energy and just build some small, simple, nourishing rituals in my 5-day Mom Reset Challenge coming up in August. You can sign up. The link is in the show notes below. and sign up there or come to my webpage. I'd love to support you there. And who knows what comes up? Send me an email. Tell me if you were like, wow, I can do this too. Or whatever other thing is coming up while listening to this episode. And as always, we're finishing here from one wildly rooted mama to another. Let's keep growing and glowing together.